All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Ebonie, a.k.a. Fit Mom Diva of Simplicity Health Style. And today we have Miss Brenda with us. How are you, Brenda?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys, she has a busy day today with family and friends. So appreciate her for taking time out of her day to share this with you. And for those of you that choose to stick around to the end, you will have an opportunity to get a complimentary gift. So I encourage you to listen to the insight that Brenda has to share with us today. Brenda, tell us one motivational quote that really gets you going, something that inspires us that we can connect with you with.
Okay, I'm going to read it off my phone, but it's a quote by Rachel Hollis. It says, "Whatever standard you've set for yourself is where you'll end up unless you fight through your instinct and change your pattern." So I read this quote while I was reading her book, and she was talking about how people, whenever they set like goals for themselves or whenever they do things, they'll usually go up to a certain point, and from that point they'll stop and they'll go back. And then every single time you'll always go up to that one point unless you decide that you don't want to do that anymore and you want to push through whatever's trying to stop you, even if it's yourself, to keep going. And that was like revolutionary to me.
Yes, and I think we can all identify with that. There's been times in my life where I wanted something to happen, and then when the opportunity presented itself, I'm like, well, maybe I don't really want it. I hold myself back. And I think that we all can find situations in our life where we've done that based off of just our own fears, and we all know what fear stands for, right? False evidence appearing real, right? But we have this sense of, I don't know, is it the right thing? I don't know, and I think that we need to break out of the habit of holding ourselves back and just go for our dreams and go for the things that we really want, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about a time where you were kind of hesitant and you didn't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you had to overcome some obstacles, but at the end of the day, you were able to see your dream or your goal through fruition.
So that was right around the time when I was reading this book. So about like a month or two ago, when I was sitting in my room and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know where I'm going from here because everything was like changing. And I just didn't know how I could make whatever it is that I want to do a reality. Because that's like the quote was saying, like if I always gotten to a certain point and then it got really hard. So I stopped and I got so overwhelmed that I was like, I can't do this anymore. So, I mean, it was devastating, honestly, because you think about it. I mean, I'm pretty young. So it's like, when you think about that in like my age, it's like, wait, you have so much more, but it was so, and then reading this book, it really helped because she talked about so many things in terms of pushing through and being the person who you're supposed to be and not just being who you are right now. And it was so, yeah.
Yes. And when we understand who we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to show up authentically in this world, we begin to make some movement. And I think that one of the things that's really important is for us to really identify what is our goal and what are the action steps that I need to take to get there. Because if I don't implement these action steps, the likelihood of me getting to my goal is significantly reduced. So it makes it more practical instead of this, big picture concept out there that, follow your dreams and follow your heart and set goals and reach them. And, you have to look at it also from a practical standpoint. What are the things that I need to do on a daily basis, the baby steps that I need to make on a daily basis so that this goal is eventually achieved? And I know that for some people, it's kind of like, well, I had the vision in mind, but I don't really know how to get there. Well, then find the people that can help you understand how to get there. I find that I'm really good with helping people with practical steps. knowledge is good, and concepts are good, and theories are good, but understanding how to get from point A to point Z is also important, because you'll never make it if your mind is always in fantasy world. It's always in dream world. All the ideas floating around of what could be, but then you never carry it out.
Right.
Tell us about how some people that don't necessarily have a strong support system can gain support, because you very well may have a strong family unit or a strong friendship where you can gain that motivation and encouragement from the people around you, but not everyone has that, and they've had these dreams since they were 8 years old, for example, but no one to help support that dream.
Right. The one thing that I utilize the most when it comes to that is the internet, because there are so many ways to connect with so many people. With me personally, I have a strong support system in terms of like my family and my friends. They just support me and they encourage me in what I do, but they don't actually do what I do. And so that can be kind of hard.
Right.
So I've taken up upon myself to go on places like Facebook and find groups and look up on the internet, like groups of girls who do this or do that. And like, you can look it up on Google or Facebook or anything. I'm part of like 5 groups of girls who like they call it like the girl bosses group. Like I'm part of 5 of those, and it's amazing because everyone there only wants the best for each other. Everyone's trying to help each other grow, because when I grow, they grow too, because we're together in it. And so the internet 100%.
Yes, and I love that philosophy of when you grow, they grow as well. When you're in a collaborative, like-minded group of women or people in general, you want to see each other thrive because you're such a tight-knit unit. And the internet is so awesome for identifying these people. Even if you are the type of person where you want to connect in person, you can utilize the internet to find local groups of people that meet on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. So it doesn't always necessarily have to be that these people are spread out across the nation. Use the internet and find those people that are that are nearby that you wouldn't ordinarily have found if it were not for the internet. I know I've made tons of connections with people all around the world, but there are tons of connections right here in my local community as well that I can find online. I often think that sometimes people they don't know what they don't know. And obviously multiple minds can be better than just your one mind. They're able to see your blind spots, and they're able to offer great ideas that you just never knew existed because you're not as familiar with that territory. Everybody has a skill and a talent in certain areas, I believe. And you can learn from anybody, no matter what age they are. You can learn from anybody. You know? Tell us about the vision behind you wanting to become a social media influencer, because it's not always easy to show up online and share parts of your life and be transparent. So what was your intention behind wanting to do that, and how can people connect with you?
So my intention with being a social media influencer is just to show people like a fun life, and because I'm a Christian, and then sometimes I know that some people have misconceptions of what being a Christian is based on what they've seen based off from other people. So I just wanted to be a positive influence on the internet and show people that I can be a Christian and have fun and do all these things. You don't have to eliminate fun from it. And I just wanted to make sure people saw that. And that way, like, not only Christian people can come and see my things and interact with me, but non-Christian people as well. Like, everyone is welcome to contact me or be my friend. I wanted to be someone that people saw and was like, I want to be friends with her.
Yeah, and I think that when you are a fun person and you're naturally someone that brings light to others, it really doesn't matter what their background is. They're going to be drawn to you, because the alternative is be drawn to someone that is dark and depressive. Who wants to be around that energy? I don't care what your background is. Who wants to really be around that energy? So just being able to be you and show that to the world, I'm sure it's impacting more people than you even probably realize. So continue to do what you do. You guys, all of Brenda's contact info will also be in the description box. So if you want to connect with her and what she's saying resonates with you, please follow her journey. I know that she's probably going to have some awesome things in the future that she can share with you and even inspire you with. So definitely collaborate and follow her journey. One last question. What is one word of encouragement that you would give to someone that is struggling right now? They hear everything you're saying, but they just can't lift themselves out of the dumps to move on. What would you encourage them with today?
I would just say, I know it sounds like the most cliche thing ever, but just keep going. Because, I mean, it's honestly, it's all you can do. And even when it's hard, like try to find a group, but just whatever you need to do that helps you, keep going. Because I've come to learn that, especially things like social media, this stuff isn't easy stuff. Dreams aren't going to be easy. There's no easy way out. There's no easy ticket. There's no easy money. Everything that you want to do that is your purpose in life is going to take time. It's going to take dedication. It'll be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. And so if someone's down in the dumps and they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, just keep going. Don't think about the next day, think about keep going today. And then tomorrow, think about keep going today as tomorrow. Just one day at a time.
Yes, and it's exactly that. It's one day at a time. And by the end of the year, if you're accumulating all these small steps, even if, let's say you have a dream in mind or a career in mind that you're interested in doing, and you're not quite sure of how to get there. So you're one of those people that you have this big vision in mind, but you don't know the action steps. Taking just 15 to 20 minutes a day and working on that craft, can you imagine by the end of the year how much time you would have spent on that craft as opposed to just sitting there dreaming about it for 15 to 20 minutes a day? Taking actionable steps by the end of the year, you're going to see a lot of growth. So always keep that in mind. Keep going is so important because we all experience challenges. There is not one person on this earth that does not experience challenges, but the difference between those that are successful and those that are not are the ones that say, you know what, despite the challenges, I'm going to make sure that this thing happens. And it happens over time. They have to go through a process, but it happens. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. For any of you that are listening, if you need a community of like-minded women to connect with, or you need help with discovering what your career or life purpose is, that is a passion area of mine. And I'm really good at helping people identify themes to be able to get them going into a lucrative career that's aligned with exactly who they are. So that link will be in the description box. Nutrition, the number 4, Busy Women. And we do talk about nutrition from a food consumption standpoint, but we also talk about nutrition from a mind, body, and soul perspective as well. So you'll have a good balance of living a whole and healthy life while living a purpose-driven life. And for those of you that want to connect or collaborate with Brenda, she is such a friendly person. She's not going to turn you away. So make sure that you reach out to her if you would like someone that can help support you and support you from a genuine manner. You guys have an awesome rest of the day. Thank you so much, Brenda. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And for those of you that are out there that are struggling right now, just remember to continue to identify who you are as an individual and live a life full of meaning and purpose. You guys have an awesome rest of the day. We will talk soon.